what I'm going to share with you today is one of my absolute favorite things ever, because I know it will make all the difference to what casting directors think of you. And I know you think about this so often. You want them to think very highly of you. You want to have a good reputation. You want them calling you in and giving you a chance. I get it. So when you listen to this episode, you're going to make this happen. You really are. Because remember, if they think low of you, it's going to make it harder for you to get your acting career off the ground. And if they think highly of you, you are favourable in their eyes. At the end of the day, the people like you. So take them off any pedestals you've put them on. They're not gods, but at the same time, show up as a pro. I'm going to be exploring how you can do this away from the audition room.
You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps, and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode?
On Saturday the 27th of April at 2 p.m. UK time, something super exciting is happening. If you haven't already registered your free place at the Business of Acting, Raise Your Profile and Book More Roles workshop, now is an amazing time to do this. I'm going to be delivering a full 2 hours, that's a whole 120 minutes of Business of Acting lessons that are very rarely taught, so you can get clear on how you're going to raise your profile so you start booking more roles. There's a workbook, so you've got a record of all of the best Business of Acting exercises you've learned to keep using them long after the workshop has ended. There's a networking group, and there are loads of potent Business of Acting exercises that I'm going to be dropping in the group before the workshop begins to load you up. This is such an incredible experience, and there's literally nothing to pay for it. So if getting more acting work is something you're aiming for, you need to get your place. And the place to do that is bit.ly/biz of acting free course. That's the link, biz spelt with a Z, or you can just go to the link underneath the episode and get your place there. Shall we dive in? I think it's time. So it's a no-brainer that you need talent, obviously. You need skill, and that can be developed, and I can develop this with you inside the Method Actor Circle. I've left the link for that under the episode for you today, as today's episode is not about method acting exercises. I do hope that you are loading yourself up on method acting exercises to raise your skills, to develop them, to get them to a very high standard. If you're not, go and get a place inside the Method Actor Circle. It's low cost, it's affordable, it's practical, regular training. But today is not about method acting exercises. It's not what you need to do to impress casting directors with your performances. Today is about doing no-brainer things that are going to build you a credible reputation. And these are nothing to do with how you even interact with a casting director. It's nothing to do with cover letters. It's nothing to do with what you do in the audition room. I've got three things for you. The first thing is read things properly. The second thing is get organised. The third thing is set reminders. I know these are not exciting things. Reading things properly, getting organised, setting reminders. It's not playing characters. It's not playing out those emotions in full. It's not getting auditions. I know it's not. And I know they're the things that you want to do. But I promise you now, when you get on top of these three things, you absolutely will be impressing casting directors away from the audition room, and you will be setting your stall out for who you are as an actor. And these three things are going to mean more than so many other things, as unsexy as they sound. So let's explore them properly, right? The first one is reading things properly. I have spoken about this in a couple of episodes and I need to speak about this again because it is so bloody important. I've got a little post from inside our Unstoppable Actors group. I asked the actress if I could share because it's just so important. This is a very, very good example of reading things properly. And this actress said yes. I'm not going to share who this person is because I just don't think I should. This actress put a comment inside the Unstoppable Actors group and she said, "Hello again. Well, I've reread that email about 10 times and only just noticed you have said you will send the link 10 days prior to the workshop. It just reiterates what you teach us to read. Read the script over and over to find all the facts. I apologise profusely." So I replied to this actress and I said, "Don't worry, it's fine." I put that in there, really, really clear to set out the standards of what will be happening. So this is to do with the Business of Acting workshop because there is this free Facebook group that comes with it where there's loads of networking opportunities in there and there's some pre-workshop exercises that I'm going to do. But I had specifically written inside the email, I'll send you the link 10 days before the workshop begins. And this actress had kept asking me for the link for the group. And it was in the email. So then I said to her, "Can I use this as a quick learning point in an episode of the podcast, please?" And she agreed. That's a little learning point, but I also want to share with you that even with casting directors, you need to be reading their emails properly because it shows you to be a true pro. Yeah, even if you're only just getting started. So if you're one of these actors who writes in your cover letters, "I'm dedicated and I'm a professional," but you're not actually reading things properly, then that's a red flag for me. I mean, I'm not a casting director, I'm an acting coach, and this is just my personal view. It doesn't mean this is fact, but for me, that's a red flag because I am a massive advocate of words and actions aligning. So if you are saying, "I am a pro, I am dedicated, I am professional," then you better make damn sure that you are acting in that way as well because that's showing up with integrity. Not reading things properly just wastes everybody's time, right? Now, I've got ADHD. And I can lose concentration very, very easily. So I have to read things a good 2 to 3 times because if I don't, I'll miss things. I don't absorb everything straight away. It is very easy for me to miss things. So yes, it takes me a little bit longer than everyone else, but that's okay. I'm cool with that because if I have to read everything 2 to 3 times, but it's me showing up as a pro, and it's me not making mistakes and it's me knowing at what time I should be on Zoom for my audition or knowing exactly what they've said about the pay or knowing exactly what they've said about how long the audition's going to last or whatever it is that they've said that's important. If I've not missed that, reading it that 2 to 3 times is a good investment of my time because I'm helping the casting director, I'm helping myself, we all feel confident, we're all reading off the same book and it just flows and it's effortless. So read things properly, like be conscious of it, be mindful. The second thing to impress casting directors away from the audition room is to get organised. I know it's boring, I know we'd rather be creating, I feel you, I'm a creative as well. But you need to get organised. I've coached actors for coming up to 14 years and I can tell you now, so many of them are not organised. Their folders are a mess, their scripts are all messy and out of order, they can't find the pens. Oh my good Lord, I mean that's not even an exhaustive list, that's not even scratching the surface. Again, as someone who's got ADHD, I am not naturally organised. That's not my natural propensity. I'm everywhere. But being unorganised feels messy, it feels confusing, it's overwhelming. I do not like it. It causes stress and personally, I don't like stress. I can't think with clarity when I'm unorganised and I need that as an actress. And you need that as well. Now, I had a dad who was in the TA, which is the Territorial Army, and he always used to tell me to get my school bag packed the night before so it was ready and I was organised and I didn't need to think about it. And you know what? At the time, I hated doing it. I used to resist and rebel and be like, no, I don't want to pack my bag the night before. But having that drilled into me, literally, has helped me because the mindset of being organised before you actually need to do things is key. It might be something as simple as filling your car up the night before the long drive to rehearsals so you're not doing it last minute. It could be something like keeping a record of all the casting directors you've spoken to. It could be having something called the window of opportunity, which is a dedicated couple of hours each week that goes on audition prep. And if you don't have something to prep for one week, you can either use it to practice a method acting exercise or you can fill it with something else. But these small tweaks in organisation will make a world of difference to your acting career, to your confidence, to your self-respect as well, and to the energy you show up with in auditions and in your cover letters and in your communication and interactions with casting directors. And energy is very, very palpable. Yes, we can't see it, but we can feel it. Getting organised makes for a good experience for everyone. So what do you need to get more organised with? The third thing was to set reminders. So as an early career actor, you are more than likely going to be juggling a lot of things. You're going to be juggling things like life, your social circle, a job, family commitments, your pets, your plants that need watering, acting. There's a lot of things to think about. So set reminders for everything. Yeah, I know it sounds boring, but it's helpful. It gives you clarity. I do this for all of my classes that I teach. I do it for upcoming rehearsals. I do it for social events. I do it for pretty much everything. In my phone, everything gets put in my calendar and then I get reminders. I set the reminders for 1 hour before, 10 minutes before, a week before and a day before. Because I've got so much going on in my life, I can't remember all that. I'm not superhuman. I'm a human with an ADHD brain, so I need to feel like I've got clarity over everything, and reminders help me do this. So they all get plonked in my calendar, as I've said, and it just helps me get through life and get through my acting career feeling like everything's streamlined, and that's a good feeling. Now, one of my sisters laughed at me about this. She was like, "Oh, I'm just adding this into my calendar," like taking the mickey out of me. She was winding me up, really, really like having a little jibe, but in a fun way. But in all honesty, it keeps me organised, because if not, my scatterbrain takes over and then I don't know where I'm at. And you might not think that these 3 things are going to impress the casting director because they only see you in the audition room and they only see what you're doing with the piece and the quick interview or quick chat that they might have with you. But the casting director will see this indirectly, because when you are working in this way with these 3 things, you don't come into the audition room with a ton of excuses. You don't come into the audition room with stressy energy. It makes for a pleasant experience for both them and for you. And these are things that you might not have even thought of, but they just get you organised. So has this episode helped you? Has it inspired you? If it has, please rate it and then go and claim your free place at the Business of Acting workshop on Saturday the 27th of April. A recording is going to be available for you for 72 hours after the workshop has taken place, so you can go back over the exercises as many times as you want to. The link is underneath the episode. I'll see you in the workshop.
I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.